Testing, testing. Give me a moment. All right. It's gonna drop into the server. Excuse me. Actually, I have work to do after the dev chat. So yeah, we'll do a quick session, and then off I go. Now I just have to wait for... What the? You have no lights. What the? This happens to GameMaker from time to time. It's a bit annoying. Just give me a moment while I sign in. Alright, just give me one moment, yeah?
Hello.
Yo, John!
Hello.
Hello! Can you give me a short moment? I trying to sign into Opera. Okay, how's everything, John?
Busy.
Busy, busy. Yeah.
As usual.
Yeah. John, can you give me like 2 minutes? I need to go throw something first.
No.
Alright, see you in a moment. Alright, I'm back.
Hello.
Yeah, you're watching Astro Boy? No,
Pluto.
Pluto. How's it?
Pluto. Ah, that's good. It's
The
good.
suspense is so good, right? It's a
Yeah,
mystery
that's good.
mystery thriller. It's very well done.
Yeah.
It's very well done. How far are you into the show?
Now I finished watching the thing.
You finished watching the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Watching to the part with the giant baby and Akira Katsuo.
Oh, the final showdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could never
Or
have
like
imagined.
Sahado.
Could never have imagined it's based off Astro Boy, right?
Yeah, but then again, I never watched the original, so I never watched the old Astro
Yeah,
Boy
but
series, any of them.
the tone is completely different, isn't it?
Yeah, the tone is completely different.
Tone's completely different, yeah. And so this one it goes a lot deeper. I think like this entire show is based off like a singular arc
Oh.
in Astro Boy, I think.
Hmm.
I think World's Strongest Robot or something. That's the arc
Mm-hmm,
name, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, yeah, I couldn't stop watching as well. Episode 2, the one featuring the pianist.
Was that episode 2?
Was that episode 1 or...
already in the first episode?
Is it first episode?
Yeah, I think that was right in the first episode.
Oh, not the second one?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Right, but that was
Right off the bat,
so damn good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, so in the very first episode, the robot already dies.
Yeah,
Right.
I think.
Like someone dies. Someone dies in every episode, right?
Yeah. Then even like
Even the protagonist.
yeah. Like that was totally unexpected.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you can kind of tell like he's completely done, right? It's like he don't want to do it anymore by that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right when the mystery is solved. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, even up to that point, I still like a bit confused what's going on. At somehow, I mean, like there are some things that I still don't understand.
Uh, what stuff?
Yeah, like they suddenly introduced the teddy bear. You know.
Oh, yeah. It's a manipulator, right? Teddy bear is a
Yeah.
manipulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually not
I
very
guess.
sure what the teddy bear
I
is.
mean, it's just like the
The
Thrakia's
advisor.
yeah supercomputer that gives them advice on
Right.
how to maintain the strongest country.
Turns out there is a mastermind. Like the mastermind
Yeah.
wasn't the hybrid dude, right?
Yeah.
It was someone else.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Anyways,
Devious is here.
oh, Devious is here. Yo, Devious.
Lie. Stop lying to him. Oh,
Yo, are you able to turn up your volume a little bit? Oh,
um, check 1 2.
check. I think I can hear you. Let me just lower the volume of my music. All right, man. Well, shall we start? Oh,
Yeah.
but by the way, I have stuff to grade after this, so let's keep
Take
to
as long as we want, John.
let's keep to 20 minutes. Once time is up, I will play that I will play that quacking sound, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Soundboard quack sound. Yeah.
Ah.
Once I play that, I guess that means we'll wrap up within 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Hang on. All right.
Alright.
John, you first.
Let me share my screen.
Share
What?
screen. Yeah.
Alright, let's go. So today is let's introduce interesting things on the internet again.
God damn it.
No, not exactly. I mean, I did do some work. I did get work on something. So previously, I mentioned that. I mentioned that I want to test the audio latency over like playing on my phone versus playing on my with someone that's playing on a computer, and then I mentioned that there was a problem connecting over WebRTC,
Uh-huh.
and it turns out that last month there was a PIJS announcement. Important update: discontinuation of free turn services.
That's it. You can't use it anymore.
No, well, turn is is a protocol used to. Sorry.
I didn't say anything.
Bunch of static.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
Okay. Let me try it.
It's gone.
Is this better?
It's okay now. Oh wait,
Okay.
it's
Oh,
back.
no, it's back again.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's my fan.
It's your fan? Turn off the fan,
Yeah.
man. John, it's the monsoon season, isn't it kind of cold now?
It's pretty humid right now. Does it still happen?
Not anymore.
No, it's fine.
Okay. I guess it was the fan. Okay, yeah, so anyway, important update, discontinuation of free turn services. So turn is the protocol used to relay your packets in the case where you're behind some kind of NAT that doesn't allow the punch through to happen.
Right.
Yeah. So even after sending the data about your IP and stuff, the other party is unable to contact you. So what most peer-to-peer systems do is they have a fallback to for WebRTC it's called turn. And this turn just relays the packets instead. And it turns out that last month on December 6th, they're like, PeerJS says, we regret to inform you that we can no longer offer free turn services going forward because of a surge in attacks and misuse.
Damn.
Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things, people.
So what does it mean for the future of this project?
No. So what I did is I do a fallback. So before before doing the WebRTC thing, I had the whole
Release of-
WebSockets,
Right.
yeah, socket.io stuff, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is if I find out that the connection failed, the peer-to-peer connection failed, I actually fall back to the socket.io implementation.
Right. The
Yeah.
slower one, right?
Yeah, the slower one.
Right.
Yeah, so I implemented my own relaying stuff. That is not exactly turn, but it's just specific to my game, and it works. So yay,
Right.
hooray!
Oh wait, so wait. You say turn is itself a protocol. So
Yeah.
is it what's so special about relaying messages, from one end to another? Like, yeah.
Well,
like,
I guess-
how's your implementation different?
Oh, so I only listen to specific. My implementation is not turn, but I'm not relaying any UDP packets.
Right.
I'm just falling back to WebSockets, which runs on top of TCP.
Right.
Yeah, and the packets that are being sent are very specific to my game. So you can't just send random spam across.
Oh,
and-
turn is kind of like a more generic protocol that works with
Yeah.
everything. Right.
Yeah.
Understood.
So that's that. So that was implemented, and then I have yet to test the audio with the rollback, which I will get done by next week.
Right. So you did the rollback. Now you cannot use their turn server anymore. I see. That's cool.
But I just did a fallback to
To your own
to my
implementation.
own system. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Going forward, it's what was it again?
To fixing up the audio or testing out the audio in the game and adding more audio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And seeing if it works over the network.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Just one cool thing to mention is I found this library called NBNet.
Mhm.
And it's a single header C99 library to implement client-server network code for games.
Nice.
Yeah, overall
Just a single file?
it supports.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, it's a single header file, I think.
Nice.
Just over here. Yeah, and it supports I think UDP and WebRTC. So you can actually compile this library.
This implements WinSock.
I am not sure. I haven't looked through the code yet.
Right.
But I think it does. So it supports. Let's see. Yeah. So it I think you can just use it straight for desktop games.
Wow.
You can compile it for WASM.
Yeah.
To get it working with JavaScript and all. It compiles using AppScript and
native.
yeah. And yeah, it can also work with WebRTC natively, I guess. Haven't tested it out, but yeah.
Right.
Cool stuff. So you can use this in your C or C++ projects.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they even have a library. They have examples. They even have a Raylib example.
Oh, yo.
You can always test it out on your own.
But I imagine it's not going to be that straightforward, right? If you need the multiplayer, what about all the server stuff? Do you use server?
Yeah, you have to do your own stuff.
Right.
This one is just a library to connect to another peer, and then exchange UDP packets.
Right. All right. So you still have to talk to this some dedicated server to set up the connection, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be up to you to do it, but
What was it called
over
again?
here,
NBNet.
it's called NBNet.
NBNet.
Let me
Yeah.
just share the URL.
Thanks, man. some of the students currently in NYP are they have a module that deals with WinSock. I don't think they like it very much.
Yeah, it's a pain to
It's quite close to matter, right?
yeah. Stuff that you don't
really-
there are libraries.
Yeah, I think it takes a certain kind of masochist to to like doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that is it from me.
All right. Thanks, John. Wonderful.
Hey.
Oh hey, Cray6 is here. Let me give Cray6 a shout out. Hello, Cray6. How's it going?
Who's Cray 6?
Cray6 is a fellow developer. They were working on a Metroidvania. Right. I'm not sure if they're still working on it. Yeah, and these days they do like 3D art assets using Blender. It's pretty cool. Also, Han is here. Hello, Han. Sorry, where was I? What was I talking about?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh
I
yes,
guess.
sorry, John.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it.
It's my turn, right? It's my turn.
Yes.
Are you aware you're still sharing your screen?
Yes.
Ah,
Go away, people.
am I sharing my screen?
Wait.
Yes.
Yes. Hans is
Okay.
currently relearning C to go back to systems programming. Bravo. Okay, let me just very briefly talk about what I've done. Not a lot, right? Because it's the start of the school. Trying to get back into the flow of things. But for Solblades, I have I fixed some localization matters for the German tags, thanks to Clemens, who volunteered to help reword certain X in the game. Also, under the stats page, right, I've added total rounds. There were people, well, over the course of the past year, right, there were people who requested that I show average scores, and I'm quite hesitant because I don't really want to put any pressure on players to perform every single round, right? So that's not my intention. So for the longest time, I refused to add average score. Yesterday I thought like, okay, maybe I'll add average score, right? But only if they have gotten only if they have gone past maybe like 100 rounds played, right? But midway through doing it, I decided against it and just show total rounds instead, right? So there we go. That's total rounds. The value for my total round is not accurate because I fiddle around with the save data a lot for testing purposes. So that's that. I have added 2 more saw blades. One is the rice ball, the onigiri. Someone yesterday mentioned on stream that I can call this jelly donuts as well. I'm not sure if you all know about the reference.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, man, it's Pokemon reference. And then I have this looks a little bit like a donut, but this is meant to be a coin. Yeah, this is old Chinese coins have a hole in the middle, so I thought I'll add it in. And that's it. So I can show. I guess I'll just roughly show how the onigiri is like. I realized I couldn't spin the onigiri too fast, otherwise it becomes too distracting. I think probably because it's not exactly spinning about its center of mass, so I have to do it slow, otherwise it comes across as weird. Okay, is that it? Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's all I've done for Saw Blades. And really next week, right, I need to make sure that I release the update for Saw Blades and Jump Jerboa because of the content management platform thing, and I literally only have a week left before the hard deadline. Yeah. So another thing I have done, this is over the past 2 weeks. I think I might have mentioned to John before that I wanted to practice some physics, right? I saw Gablesh in the server doing it, and I thought, like, hey, I should also do some practice. So let me show you my very scuffed physics simulation. The goal when I was starting this, right, is to just figure out how to do a collision resolution of an oriented bounding box with something simple like a line, right? So we see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines here. The red line at the start of every single line segment, right, is the normal of the line, which is the vector that is perpendicular to the surface. That is important because that informs how the box is supposed to bounce off the surface. So I have like something like this, right? You can see it's kind of sort of working, but it's also not right. Like, right? Look at that. Right, it can slide down fine. You can see that it can slide down, right? But it just never comes fully to rest. Alright, and that's particularly annoying. Let me show you something. The thing is, right, everything else, aside from the stuff dealing with angular momentum, everything else works fine. Like if I were to say make the box be unable to rotate, right, you'll notice that everything is stable. So crap, where just excuse my code for a bit, it's a bit messy. So like if I want to make the rotation be static, right, meaning I don't allow rotation, I will just say set the inertia to 0. Right. Likewise, right, for mass, right, if I set the mass to 0, it means that that object is meant to be static. In my case, all the lines are static. That's how I implemented it. So if you notice, right, this is all very stable. You notice that? Right? This is all fine, but the moment I allow some form of rotation, right, then it stops being stable.
Should you be comparing directly equal to 0? Shouldn't you add?
Oh, you mean this one?
39, line 39.
39.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Hang on.
If it's like super small, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Thanks.
figure 0.
Thanks for that. Well, actually, I can just check if mass equals to 0, right? Then I will also pause. Sorry?
Nothing in the real world is ever actually.
Yeah. So this is more of a. This is more for like calculations. Calculation's sake. Hang on, what am I doing here? Inertia. Okay. Yeah, but this is not the point, right? Like this part is not really causing me any problems now. It's more. I think it's more the calculation of the moment of inertia. It gave me a lot of headache. Like I couldn't fully understand the moment of inertia. It's supposed to be a description of how the mass is distributed, right, throughout the entire surface. So when I look at that physics book I have, right, the what's it called? The game physics for game developers. So when I look through it, right, because the book is about 3D physics, right, 3D collision detection and response, they work with the inertial tensor, which is like represented as a matrix, right? And then upon collision, right, you are supposed to, I don't know, like take an inverse of the matrix and all, and calculate the moment of inertia based on its current orientation with the contact normal, and it's super confusing. And so what I did was I look up some other resources online. Resources. Hang on. So there is this pretty old code, I think. I mean, we all know Box 2D, right? There's this one called Box 2D Lite. There's one called Box 2D Lite. And everything is open source, so you can actually go in there and check how they do the implementation, right? The implementation here is not exactly the same as the one I do. Like I cannot actually find any variables for bounciness, so maybe it's implemented differently, right? But from here, right, I notice if you go to body CPP, they calculated they calculated the inertia like this. So it feels like just a constant value, right? You take a look at this. There's a formula somewhere, right? And it's just a constant. So I'm not entirely sure how it works because I read somewhere else that your moment of inertia changes based on your orientation. So yeah, I have no idea how I should go about this at the moment. I'm still trying to do research. But yes, because this is a 2D engine, right? I don't think it needs to work with a matrix, right? It doesn't need to work with the inertial tensor. So there, right? So this is where I'm currently getting the moment of inertia from, which is why I have stuff here like this. Then I was looking up a few other resources, right? And I think there's more things I can do to make it be more natural. So for one, when it is colliding, right? When it is penetrating the floor, I am only resolving that penetration linearly, meaning I shift the position so that the two objects are no longer penetrating, right? But when I look at the textbook I have, you kind of have to resolve penetration two different ways. So you push the object outwards a bit, right? So like just translate it outwards, but you also have to perform some form of rotation as well, right? Does it make sense? Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So when this happens, what I did was I just push it outwards, right? But the textbook suggests that I should not be doing that. Instead of pushing it outwards, I kind of need to also do some rotation. So perhaps this is the reason why it's jittering so much. Like maybe my implementation would be a lot better if I do this. But it's also possible that somewhere in my code, right, my calculation is wrong. That's why it's just jittering nonstop. There's another thing I have to do, right? It's when your thing is spinning and it hits the floor, the point of contact has a linear velocity associated with it, right? Right. That's why when you swing a bat, it hits the ball, right? The ball flies so far, right? So I'm supposed to take the velocity at the point of contact as well in my calculations, but I did not do it correctly, and I'm going to revisit this at some point. But let me show you how bad it was when I did it. I mean, like looking back now, right? It's obvious that I should not have appended that velocity to the main body. But it's funny nonetheless. Let me just show you. Right, so this line here is obviously wrong, but let me show you what happens. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, Tony Hawk, man. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, that's really funny. But I removed this line for the time being. But I intend to go back and revisit this part. Then when I was looking at the when I was looking at this implementation, right? I noticed another thing that they have done. So in arbiter actually I don't know what arbiter means. But where this library did their physics integration, right? They did it in arbiter.cpp. So what exactly is arbiter? I have no idea. Let's see. Yes, so if you notice, what I have done, right, is I've only resolved the collision based off the collision normal, right, which is the vector perpendicular to the surface. But you there is a tangent component to it as well, which is where the friction comes in, right? So a lot of times, when I'm like testing my simulation, right, it doesn't feel completely right because the floor is just completely frictionless. So maybe if I add that, right, that would also make the simulation feel more natural. So two things, right? Change the way I resolve the collision and add a frictional component. And actually one more thing, which is the linear velocity at the point of contact. I need to handle it properly. So I'm hoping once I've done all these three things, right, it would more or less be fine. Obviously, in code there will still be jitter, right? But what I need to do is probably check the value against a certain threshold. So if the value is just a very tiny bit, I will just put the physics body to rest, right? I think that's a common feature in physics engines. Yeah. So that's that. Of course, my implementation is a lot simpler because the thing about physics engine is that it has to be super robust, right? So if there's a lot of objects hitting each other, you are supposed to be able to resolve it in a I guess robust fashion, and I haven't exactly done that. So what needs to be done, right, is when you detect multiple collision within the same frame, right, you kind of have to sort. You have to sort all of the collision events by a certain condition so that when you resolve them, it's fine. You don't accidentally resolve the collision, by making it worse, right, pushing other stuff into the ground. So I read the book again, and it says that you're supposed to resolve the collision with the object with the collision pair that has the highest closing velocity, meaning like they are most, how do I put it? How do I phrase this? A closing velocity is like a measure of how much two objects are moving towards each other, right? So the more towards each other you're moving, that's not proper English. Then you resolve them first. Yeah, if they're already moving away from each other, right, then you probably don't even need to resolve it, at least velocity wise. So yeah, this is just my findings, and some of the stuff I say may not be like 100% technically correct. But yeah, I'm just sharing what I have gone through, right? So that's three things I will handle, and I actually want to just move away from this a bit because I don't have time to keep researching this, right? So I just want to implement ball collision and ball line collision for fun, right? I've done that before, but I think it's worth revising, especially because the year ones in school are learning that soon. Okay, so that's that. Okay, now to wrap it up. Next week, I will be publishing Saw Blades update. I will be publishing Jump Jerboa update as well, but it will just be a maintenance update, not a content update for Jump Jerboa. And I still haven't managed to find the time, but I think previously I talked about my spawner system, right, for mandibles. I would like to find the time to implement an editor for my spawner. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Do you think this is useful, John? Like, does it make sense? Is it a useful information?
What? Which thing?
The physics stuff. The physics stuff.
Oh yeah, it's definitely pretty useful, especially since you're teaching physics to the to your students, right?
Yeah, but not the OBB stuff, because I think that one is like not trivial, right? The moment of inertia stuff is not. I mean, we talk about moment of inertia, right? But it's more like hey, how do I put it? It's more like, if a paddle hits a ball, depending on how close the ball is to the axis of rotation, right? Yeah. How much force, or rather how much impulse do you impart to the ball, right? So doing that is a lot easier than trying to resolve the oriented box with the surface. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, that's it for me. Almost time. So let me reset my timer, and it's Devius's turn.
Let me
Yeah.
start up. Where's it going?
Are you still working on the meta mode, right?
Yeah, I'm still working on the. Sorry, I just woke up.
Good morning.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So Yeah, I'm still working on middle mode, which is for the big mode jam. And so I finished the version for the jam, and a lot of people liked it. So then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to start focusing on working on that. I'm getting ads? They have ads in this now? I didn't even know that.
Sorry, what?
I was looking at the... Whenever I closed the stream, it showed ads on the... You know, just...
Yeah.
Show ads on my stream?
Yeah. No, not on the stream.
Oh.
On the call. I didn't know they did that.
Oh. On
Yeah,
Discord?
if you look here.
That's weird.
Yeah. You know, I think I always noticed this, but I just didn't.
I'll never
notice
pay
it.
attention to it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's that.
Yeah, I usually just close it, but I don't know. It just hit me that those are ads. I thought they were like something else.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Wait, what can I? Okay, so I made a few changes.
Yeah.
So in the original version, can I play it? Let me see. Can't remember if I was working on it and put a bug in there or something. Oh, okay, wait, okay. Let me.
You don't start at the title screen?
No, that's because I was testing it. I have
Ah.
a variable that I just changed. You can't hear it, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Here, let me. There you go. Can you hear it now?
Yeah, we hear it now.
Yeah, okay. So it starts off like this, where there's no, what do you call it? Then when you click,
I love it.
so you get all this, you get the spinning dice. When you move the mouse, it moves the dice too.
Oh, it moves with your mouse, I see.
Yeah. And then so it's gonna not start exactly like this, but I was testing it. So this is the mission select state screen. You're gonna have a little shop over here where you can buy all your things. Then you have little missions, and each mission does this different kind of thing. Like if you read them. In this case, the task is researchers need data, so you can only use these modes. You know, give a list of modes. Right now, they're just placeholders.
Right.
I think I might have it to where it gives you modes that you haven't even bought yet, so you can actually try them out. And this one, you have this is this is Lone Wolf. This is for the high shock cloud only allows one launch. But you can only have one metal, one tank, essentially, that you can use in that mission. But then if you notice that each one has like a secondary thing, that's like the harder mode. What did I call it? I call it extra. So to look at the extras, they do that. And when you add the extra, it changes the titles of the missions. Because it adds in like what it is. So like researchers need data, use only these modes. And so it's that specialized, that's the name of the task mission. Then this is like the additional thing, which is we won't be able to use powers during the solar blind, so be careful.
Okay.
So you can turn that off and on. If you have it off, then you just do the first part. If you have it on, then you play with the challenging mode. You get more money if you do the challenging mode, which will be this stuff down here. So you can like buy more things and whatnot. So that's how that's gonna work. Right now they don't do anything, it's just testing. So like even if I launched with anything chosen, oh yeah, you just click it to choose it. So then yeah.
Oh, you choose a particular challenge that you want? Or wait, sorry, I don't quite follow.
So these are missions.
Oh.
I have to put missions right here.
Right.
And you click whichever one you want. And in each mission, there's a hard mode, which is the second piece of text right here. When you click this right here, it turns on the hard modes. So you can basically earn more money by doing the hard modes if you want. And you can just turn it off if you don't want to do it and you just want to do a normal mission.
Right.
Which make like less, but yeah.
I imagine you intend to label the checkbox, right?
This box?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Because I was confused because
I
it
was
put next to the launch, and I was like, what? Why are you checking launch?
so okay.
Yeah.
So this was more of a UI thing, or a UX, whatever. I tried putting the label up there,
Yeah.
and I just could not make it look good.
Ah.
Yeah, that was the problem. So, and I tried like all kinds of different ways, putting like the word there, putting side word.
Hmm.
I don't have a lot of room, so like I have to work in that little area or whatever.
Right.
Like before, it was as big as this, and it said like extra, and then it had a little check mark, but it just didn't look right. And I just didn't like it. I even had it just a button where it wasn't a check mark, and you had to like click that. It still didn't look that good
Right.
because it was overtaking the word launch, and I don't know.
Right.
With
Right.
this, I think I'm just gonna tutorialize it
Hmm.
or something,
Yeah.
and then yeah, because when you click it, it obviously changes stuff.
Hmm. That's
Even if
true.
you don't like do that, yeah. And then you can just launch. And then so yeah, so that's how this is gonna work. So I might still work on that, but I think I'm just gonna end up tutorializing it.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like, I didn't like how it was looking. So launch.
Yeah.
Changes. This is also going to change. I mean, there's going to be a specific tutorial mission that you can skip or whatever. Your choice. In the beginning, whenever it has all the missions selected, there's only going to be one mission at the start. It's going to say tutorial or whatever, training, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's going to give you a choice of whether or not you want to actually do it. Or to skip it or whatever. So, probably should have started this in. Oh wait, no, yeah. Okay, so things that changed. So I'm only giving you 5 medals this time. Before there was. So if you go over here we have tabs now. So over here, let me. Damn it! Here, let me restart that. So now you saw the first part. You don't need to.
Yeah.
I can turn it off. Just whenever I change this variable, it gives me everything. Start back up.
Turning on cheat code.
What now?
Turning on the cheat code.
Yeah, I turned on Chico.
All right, man.
Yeah, so when I turn it on, it starts me automatically right here. You skip tutorial, and so like it reveals everything.
Nice.
And I give myself like infinite, or not infinite, but you know, a good chunk of resources, and it unlocks everything. So same as usual, you left click and right click to select an A and B. Shows you all the information here of well, not all the information, but pretty much all the necessary information.
Yeah.
Look at me. Turn that down. It's not even the right song. Testing environment. Yeah, so you do that, but I changed it to where instead of each one having like they still have a somewhat individual cost, but it's not as crazy as it was before. Because before it had all 4 dice rolls that you had to keep track of and had to pay for them and whatnot. But I guess it's not going to show in this version, but whatever. If you look on the top right here, you'll see the 2 and the 3, and that combines with the B, and that's how you get the price right here, which is how much it costs to actually launch them. That way you don't have to keep track of 2 variables instead of 4, and they're not like super crazy numbers, so that way it's less confusion. I mean, not completely gone confusion, but it is less confusion.
Right.
Because that was one of the things when I was watching people play it. They didn't understand the system of paying for stuff. Okay, yeah. So you can launch. Same as usual. Start the thing. So now we have 2 new things that aren't in the jam version. You have structures, which you can pay for and send out, which it shows I haven't messed with all the payments yet. So I got to balance that and whatnot. But you can basically send out these structures, and they'll do different things. It tells you right there in a little tooltip.
Nice.
So you can set out a trap. Ooh, that launch is kind of low. Might have to turn it down. You can do a mine.
Yeah, I like how everything just falls from the sky.
Yeah. These are the ones for the tanks, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do that first because it works. You're essentially sending out like these little things.
Yeah.
So these are the ones that work right now. So basically, what they do is for the trap, you right-click it and it destroys the structure, and it deals 1 damage on crags and foul.
Yeah.
Typically, you'd want to send it onto a path, but there are like flyers and stuff that don't follow the path, so I allowed you to place it anywhere. So basically, you just right-click and it blows it up. And if there's crags in the bot, actually here, let me. Yeah, how this one works is that at the end of every turn, whenever you end your turn, it gains a little bit. It's kind of small, so I'll have to figure out if it's too small. But after every end of turn, it gains a little pip, and when it's full, then you can right-click it and you gain resources based on which one you choose. So if you like, whichever one you want. The tools only gives you 1 though, because the tools are like the strongest resource in the game. So anything that gives you like extra resources, pretty much, tool is the least, and all the other ones are pretty much equal. So let's see. This one isn't doing it. Whatever. I'll figure that out later. Anyways, let's see. This one right here, you trade your. These are called action points. You get 1 per dice roll. So like whenever you roll a dice, you get 1 of them.
All right.
You use them to pay for things, certain things. That's what, like over here, you pay for the launches. When you look in here, you pay for the structures with it as well. So for this one, you right-click it and it gives you a thing. And if you do it 1 more time, then it gives you 2 of the 2 random resources.
Nice.
Which shows you right there.
Wait, are you supposed to have that much resources, or is it because of the cheat code?
No, it's because of cheat code.
Oh, right.
That's a cheat code. Something it's not going to show though is whenever I end my turn, it's supposed to get rid of all your resource except for the tools. So you pull all this. You only pull the tools, but when you end your turn, you lose all this.
Right.
So that gives more. People can no longer. I kind of liked it how people were pulling the resources, but people were pulling too many resources. So it started creating this massive pool where they could just pull from and then just start going crazy with it.
Yeah.
So that's why I added that little mechanic. It also gives more purpose to buy dice and whatnot. I also made things a little cheaper. Because before, I don't know if you remember, this was like 90 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like crazy prices. But every time you buy something now, it like changes the price of the one above it. So let's say you only pay for the 10 for this one. It'll now change the 10 right there. And if you want to get rid of the dice, only after upgrading, you can get rid of it and you get a refund of 5. What do you call it? So it doesn't change, it's always 5. I might mess with that more, but right now it's just going to stay at 5.
Right.
When you do that. Oh, that's the wrong spot, but whatever. And then you can just buy another dice. And, let's see, this is a bubble, but it's not doing what it's supposed to. That's fine right now, though. This is a special radar thing. Typically, whenever you start, you don't see everything. So what this is just reveal like a 3x3 area, and then whatever. Then it recharges every turn, so it's not like you can't use it every turn. This recharges every turn.
But once you
recharge
review an area, it stays permanently.
Yes.
Right.
Except for there's a special event that'll pop up. Not probably now because it doesn't happen until later, and it has a low chance of happening. But if that event triggers, then it gets rid of all the spaces you've revealed. That's probably my favorite that I've seen people do it because it surprises them.
Right.
Because it makes things harder, which I want. When they get too comfortable, then when you make it harder, then it's good. because it kind of just it throws a big wrench into their plans. Every time it happened, it threw a wrench into what they were planning and doing because they were like, "Oh shit, how do I get over? How do I get back or whatever?" And then they were like trying to remember how to get back. Because obviously no one's gonna remember the entire thing. Plus, it's like got a semi-random generation thing going on.
Yeah.
Let's see. You just end that. Oh yeah, so you see right here, and I can choose whatever I want. Let's say I wanted speed, and you just get 2 speed. Then it resets, and you can. As you can see here, I gain a pip. I can do this again. Once you use this, you have to wait until you end your turn to use it again. You can't constantly use it. That way, you have to have multiple of them or whatever. Let's see. Fuckers. Metals. Oh yeah, so powers. So powers, there we go. Powers are basically things that you can use like right away. And it shows you right there on the tooltip what they do. So the beam, you just select it and you can like go over here and you like it's like an attack from far away. Stun basically stuns them. I have to show a little animation or something to show that they're stunned because right now it's not obvious. You can like throw a fire out if you wanted to. You can teleport one of these. Wait, can I do the thing? Alright, I don't have a thing. Let me... Yeah, so that you can teleport this one to anywhere you want. As long as it's near another metal. I think I'm gonna add that next to a core as well, but for right now it's just metals. And if you use it, you teleport.
Nice.
It's gonna be an expensive one because it's a really strong ability. There is a particular one that has that ability itself, and he's gonna be expensive as well to use that ability. But
what?
Whatever. What's up?
Oh, no, just is it that particular unit named what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one that works. Yeah, I tried to make their names like fit, like what they do.
Yeah, that
like
makes sense.
Snow typically in tower defense games slows down enemies. And this one basically lowers their speed. Farm is like he gives you resources. Bard boosts your units, but also I wanted to go with the the thing that the Bard always seduces, the whatever.
The what?
So the Bard always seduces. I think it's the Bard, right?
I guess so.
I don't play D&D. I just know it's like a meme or whatever.
I thought it's the one that plays music, right?
Yeah, he's the one that plays music, but
Right.
then there's like extra stuff in D&D that typically happens with a Bard.
Oh,
And a Bard typically like seduces them or whatever. Seduces things.
interesting.
So I added the 10% chance to stun. So like, it's so stunning or whatever. So that's what he's doing. Burns places. Croc. I really have a thing for that one. I just like the name Croc. He doesn't really do anything that's Croc-alike. King has heavy damage. He has a chance of ×2ing the damage. Heal is, it repairs.
Yeah.
Long has good range. Rook moves like a rook in chess, sort of. And it repairs itself. It's like a wall, like a castle, a moving castle, basically. Frog jumps around, and Shot is your typical tank-like unit.
Yeah.
He was the OP one in the Jam version. But I really somewhat nerfed him. I just made some of his stuff more expensive and lowered his starting stats, so he's not super strong out the gate. Alright, okay, so Portal. New mechanic was also added. It's called Overheat. So if you look over here, if a unit stays in a mode for too long, it starts to overheat. So you see in this shot right here, he has like one more pip left, and if I end my turn, you're gonna see it go down, and you're gonna start seeing like a little alert. So now if I end my turn, what's gonna end up happening is he's gonna take 1 damage.
Yeah.
because he's overheating. But I can avoid that by switching to the frog. 'Cause then that's the new one. And I gotta change because it takes 3 turns to change back. But I might reduce it to like 1 or 2. Like you can just change it next turn, but once you change it once a turn, you can't change it back. Because 3 feels a little too long, and their heats are a little too big. I might lower that and also increase their heat, like their overheat amount. That way, it gives more reason to like switch between them and whatnot. And also like because some of them now specialize more in movement. Typically, you know, I'd have like 4 movement right now. I think, yeah, 4 movement right now, or 6 movement right now, and because the frog gets a lot more out of movement, you'd want to like switch to the frog to move around, and then next turn like maybe switch back to the shot so you can actually start attacking. The frog doesn't really like attack.
Switching costs an action, right?
No. Well, there's not really an action kind of thing.
Right.
Like, or it doesn't cost an action point if that's what you're talking about. Yeah. So if you guys just switch, it gains a little timer right here, so it takes 3 turns.
Right.
Like if I try and switch back, you won't let me. So now I'm stuck with the frog on this one. So I want to reduce that a little.
Right.
Yeah. That way it gives more reason to like switch between them and whatnot, and also to mix and match and all that stuff. So you can see this one's still in the tank mode, and he's like overheating. So if I end my turn, you're gonna see him take a damage right there. It takes damage. So that's what happens every turn. As long if you don't switch him up, so you can keep him in that mode. So as long as you can keep him alive, so I can just do it again or whatever. So in launch, there's another power called Fix, and that'll like repair him. I'm gonna make it to where you can select this as well, but for right now you have to select the one in the field. So as you can see, it heals him by 2.
Yeah.
That costs resources, and I have a coolant, which is same thing. You cool. So if you see on the thing, it'll fix his
right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Scrap is basically like if you want to make room in your metals, and you also, I guess if you want, because it refunds half of their cost. So you just blow them up and you just like gain your resources. And then dice lets you re-roll dice. This one's also going to be a little expensive, but I think it might take away the wrench cost. I might just make it action points. So basically, you just click on one of your dice and you just roll it again.
Right.
And that's how the powers work, and that's how these work. Well, right now, these are the coil's gonna. No, I haven't really decided on what the coil does. The coil's gonna do a thing. I mean, I have a few ideas, but I haven't like fully decided. The drill is basically gonna be like there's gonna be little like rocks or something.
Yeah.
That you can shoot at, but it's not gonna do like a lot of damage. But if you send a drill out to destroy the rocks, the drill will stay on the rock for a few turns. Then it'll destroy it. That way it clears the area. It's not going to be these rocks. It's going to be a different kind of rock. Because I don't want you to... I still want like a permanent border kind of thing that you can't just break through.
Right.
But I'll have like little areas that specifically like, keep you from progressing. Let's see. Yeah, so that's everything.
All right. That's cool. So, when did you say you intend to release this?
I have no idea.
Oh, there is a pretty nice deadline that you can target, right? The Steam Next Fest.
Oh, you're right, huh?
Yeah, I think there's one in June. Is it?
Yeah, there's one in June. I'd probably go for the June one.
Yeah, but to take part in the June one, I think you need to submit your build by February, right?
Maybe?
I think so. I could be wrong. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was. Because, man, I miss when it was like a 2 weeks prior to the events. Now it's like 3 months or some shit. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. That's cool. That's cool. It's you have added so many new mechanics. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shall we recap then?
Yeah.
Yay. John.
Oh, wait. I am going to
do nothing.
do up the audio in standoffs, and maybe find other cool things on the internet.
Right, right. The audio for oh yeah, the audio issue is with the rollback, right? Like, do you play it again or stuff like that?
Yeah.
Understood, understood. Okay. As for me, I know I talked about the bunch of the physics experiment. That one I will not be working on that next week, but it's something that I'm keeping in mind because just for researching and for learning purpose. Next week I'm going to make sure that my new build for saw blades works fine, and my new build for jump Jaboa works fine, and if I have the time, I want to work on an editor for my spawner for the insect project. Yeah, devious.
I'm gonna keep working on meta mode. Just gotta add in some more stuff. I gotta add in the mission's probably gonna take a while. I have to make different kinds of maps for each one, and I have to make different sizes of maps depending on the day. So like it gets more difficult.
Right.
The further you go through the days or whatnot.
Are you adding like narrative element? Is that something that you're considering?
I might, but it's gonna be light. Like if you beat the jam version, there's a very light narrative at the end.
Ah.
So you get it's like a little radio thing, and he's like contacting you, whatever.
Right.
But this one, it'll probably be more like how do you?
It's like kind of playing the skirmish mode in a real-time strategy game, right?
What now?
It's kind of how do I put it? It's like do you used to play real-time strategy games like Red Alert?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like sometimes
Trek,
you can just without playing the story campaign, you can just play a skirmish mode, right? Is that what your game is more like?
It's sort of. I'm dancing around the idea of it. So so in the mission select, if you looked on the bottom left, there'd be like 3 little lights.
Yeah.
And if you fail 3 missions, then it's game over.
Oh.
I might take that out or make it optional or something. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe make it something that only happens when you fail hard mode, because then you're choosing to go for a hard mode.
Right.
Maybe I'm not entirely sure on that one, but it's not narrative so much as it is just lore.
Mm.
So like when you're talking to the character, which I don't even think I showed. He's not even in the game yet.
Right.
Anyways, whenever the character's talking, he'll drop like some little lore bits while explaining things or letting you know about something that's happening or whatever.
Right.
But it won't be like you won't be following like your own campaign or anything. It'll just be playing the game and you get lore bits basically.
Right. That's fine, right? I think some people love lore. They like to piece together. They like to piece together what the world is about, right, bit by bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also gonna have like little events that you can do, and those are gonna be about lore as well. But it's not gonna. Again, it's not like story.
Right.
It's like like how like in Slay a Spider, you're not necessarily given a narrative.
Uh-huh.
You're just going through it, and you get lore bits.
Right. But in Slay the Spire, there is a very clear end goal, right?
Yeah, there is.
So what's your end goal for the game?
Don't know. Part of me just wants it to be like go as long as you can or whatever.
Ah. Okay. So basically, you're still working it out.
Yeah, I'm still working it out.
Right.
Trying to think of something. Maybe I'll do the debt mechanic where like you have a debt that you got to pay off.
Oh yeah.
Every few days or whatever.
Yeah.
And after a certain amount that you've earned or paid off, then you, I don't know, earn your keep or whatever.
Yeah. It's kind of like Animal Crossing, yeah.
Yeah, basically. That's what I was thinking. I was saying that. I was like, yeah, that would be the Animal Crossing thing with Tom Nook.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. All right then. Cool, man. I look forward to playing a new build. Yeah.
Oh, the jam though. We just found out they just sent out an announcement.
Yeah.
where the jam is actually gonna have 3 streams. It's gonna be, what was it, 11, 12, and 13.
Uh.
So I'm gonna have to. The thing that sucks is that they're during the time that I typically sleep.
Damn.
So I'm gonna have to like probably kill my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
It'll be whatever.
So your game was selected to be in the stream, or do they play everyone?
No, they're gonna try and play everyone's. That's why it's like.
How many submissions are there?
500 currently.
Whoa. Okay. 500 in the
took
course of
me-
3 days. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it took me to play 250 about 2 weeks, and that's not with playing them. Not all of them that long. Some of them I took like hours, but some of them were just like 5 minutes because they were so short. Or yeah, they're so short they didn't work.
Mm.
I basically got the idea behind it, and I just like stopped playing it so I can go to the next one. Well, some of those I did. Yeah.
Right.
Some of them I had to just skip because I couldn't download them or some kind of thing was wrong.
Yeah, and you had 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
We had 2 weeks, and then they moved it up. They added 15 days to the rating period, to the rating phase.
Ah.
And basically when that happened, everybody just checked out, and it was like the ratings just dropped because it tells you like the how often people are rating games.
Yeah.
And that number just like fell down. Everybody just like stopped paying attention to it. So now everyone's just waiting for the streams, even though the rating period's still open. But I think somebody said they only extended it so they can like make sure all the games that they're getting are the correct versions. Because the moment the rating phase ends, it allows the players to upload new builds.
Right.
So they had to extend it, else if they didn't extend it and they didn't have all the games, and people would be able to just put up new builds, and then the judges would be stuck with the new builds.
Right.
The builds that would really put jam.
Right. It's not fair. It's not fair to the others, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
So that made sense, whatever. But everybody felt the fatigue or whatever, and yeah, everybody just basically just stopped.
Right.
Rating them right now. But apparently the rating is also just because the rating won't determine whether or not your game gets played like fully.
Right.
It'll just determine some of the games that'll be played, but not all of them. So they're gonna have like the judges actually go through and play them. I don't know how they're gonna stream it, but they're streaming it on Donkey's channel. So I don't know if like all the judges are gonna be there in a call talking about it while they play them or whatever. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but whatever. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And if I miss it, then I'll miss it because that kind of sucks that it's right there in my sleep schedule.
Well, you can watch the archives, right?
Yeah, I would just watch the VODs.
Yeah.
And see what he says and all that.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to what day is it again?
Wait,
the day of the stream. Friday this week?
12, 13, and 14. There you go. Yeah. I thought it was 11, but it's 12, 13, 14.
12, 13, 14. In January. Got it. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Shall we?
12, 13, 14.
Yeah, that's great. Shall we call it? Yeah. Let's do this again next week. I'll see you all in a week's time. All right. Thanks for the chat, mates.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah. Have a good one. That was fun. I guess that's it then. I need to go and grade some stuff. Yeah, I have 10 assignments to look through. So I will see you all very soon. Bye.